Hey, what's going on? Josh Gill here, also known as The Urban Marketer. I'm basically going to be making this little special video, all right? I'm going to be doing a lot of these, but basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to actually create a marketing plan for a particular business, okay? And this business is going to be a person who actually does artwork, okay? Who actually does hand artwork. I mean, it's off the chain. I'm going to be taking you to his business pretty soon, and I'm going to be developing a marketing plan that's something that can help him get sales. Okay, so a lot of this stuff is technical stuff, and once you get the technical stuff, but when it comes to marketing, it's understanding why people buy. All right, and bringing your product to that buyer. Okay, you're not dealing with people and trying to convince them, unlike a salesperson. Okay, marketing is a little bit different beast. Okay, but if you do it correctly, it can prove to be a lot profitable for you. You can literally use your money to work for you. Okay, so it's about 2:30 a.m. Kind of got my cutoff shirt. I kind of want to cut this off like this. I mean, this is what I do full time. I'm an internet marketer for my business, selling info products as far as like internet marketing education, in which I personally utilize. Also, when I work for Radio One, The Wiz, I was a marketing executive, and I've been in like sales for like eons. Okay, so I'm just gonna just keep it real like that. I know what I'm talking about, but so we just gonna just go ahead and run right into it because it's a lot of stuff that we want to go over, right? All right, so first off, let's go to Ryan's page. And like I said, Ryan's an artist that is a very talented freaking artist. I mean, he took it to another freaking level. And his company is called Top Button Cartel, all right? And right here, as you can see, when O State won, you know what I'm saying, they got this. He drew this. He hand drew this. And what he does is that instead of selling the original copy, okay, he makes copies of the original. Like, that's so freaking smart, right? So, but his stuff look like it's coming off the paper. I don't know how you do that, like, without using like a printer, high gloss printer. I can't do that. My thing is marketing. I stick to that, okay? So, and business. So what I would do is, if I was Ryan, see, this is what I would do. The day and age nowadays where people still going to art galleries. I don't know enough about the industry, but if you want to really market this, you can tear it up, because I did a little research on the Top Button Cartel artwork Facebook page. This guy got 743 likes, okay, and within like the 6 months. That's how good he is, and he did no paid marketing. Now his marketing challenge, okay, is how to find more buyers. Not more people that just like art, but more buyers. And how can he find them fast? Okay, so we want this guy to be making all this money to whereas he has to hire somebody to fill orders. That's how I think. All right. So first thing you want to do is you want to go and you want to test the market. We're gonna do this all over the internet because Ryan's an independent business owner. Okay. He works on his own. He may have family. I don't know too much about the logistics on how he does it, but he does draw his artwork, and he I believe he's a good integral part of filling the orders as well. All right. So I'm gonna just leave it right there as far, because I don't really know the logistics of how he do it. But what I'm gonna say is, he got a lot of good artwork. As we go through his fan page on Facebook, look at this. The lips on here is coming off the paper. I mean, he's very this guy is very creative, and I think his presentation skills on Facebook needs to get out there. And I think that if more people see it, more buyers see it, and more people know Ryan, they're going to get something good from him. And I think that he can take his small business and really start making big business money without breaking his bank. And I'll show you how to do that. All right, so this is his page. When people come to his Facebook page, I think what we want to do here is we want to test to see if there's a market first. But I want to see if, all right, so what I did was, in order to test to see if there's a market online, you want to make sure that there's enough people actually searching for your particular product, okay? And when I mean enough people, I mean how many people are typing in buy artwork, okay? How many people is looking to buy artwork? If there's nobody looking to buy artwork, then you could just type it in on Google, and it's safe to say that there's nobody looking to buy artwork anywhere on the planet, because Google is the #1 most trafficked website. And if you want something, you go on Google and you find it out, right? So what I'd have is, I got something called long tail platinum keyword tool, and it tells me exactly how many people are actually looking to buy any word. So I just type in a word, right? I just go in here and I type in the actual a buyer keyword like buy artwork or artwork for sale. That is a psychologically, if somebody's typing in buy artwork in the Google search, like right here, I want to buy artwork, or artwork for sale. If they're typing that in, they're looking to buy artwork. So what if Ryan, I do want to make one suggestion. Get you a freaking blog, because if you type in buy artwork for sale, if you have a blog, don't you know your blog post could, like, you can write a blog post saying artwork for sale, Ohio State, you know, you can say Ohio State piece, original piece for sale, right? And then your blog post will pop up, and guess what? People like, Ohio State did just win. Let me click on here. Bam. Oh, they click on that. They go to your blog. They see you got that. They see a time lapse maybe or something like that. You buy it right there, and you didn't have to pay for that. That is better than Instagram. That is better than Facebook, because that is somebody that is searching for your product. So I want to keep that in mind. Get you a blog. If you need a blog, you already know. Go to my blog and contact me, theurbanmarketer.com, and I'll get you hooked up with a blog. Okay. But anyway, so we got this going. I want to take an idea, right? An idea in my head, and I think that if art lovers seen this, that they will purchase. So let me show you. I know I did a little bit of research on Ryan and the Top Button Cartel artwork page, and he has something called a time lapse where he actually show you from a blank page all the way up to the finished artwork, but he time lapse it, right? And it's so freaking cool when he add a little music on there. And if we promote that and get that in front of art lovers, Ryan's gonna make some big money and make some big sales, and I believe that. All right, and I think. See, look, he does videos of why he's drawing, but it's one good time lapse I want you guys to see. And while he's doing that, or while I'm going doing something, see, look at this. He drew that by hand. I mean, how much money could you make? If you get this in front of art lovers, this is off the chain. That's him working. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. I'm going to show y'all this real quick. Can you guess who this is? All right, look, check this out. If you were to take that, right, you could take this very post right here, okay, and boost it. But not boost it amongst your friends. See, one of the challenges right now that Ryan is facing, and which a lot of business owners face, all right, is finding new customers, okay, outside of your personal Facebook fan page or your inner circle or your peers and friends. That's just the bottom line. I want to show you how I find new buyers for any business or company that I'm promoting, okay? I'm just show you one way. I'm just gonna just keep it basic, keep it on Facebook, because everybody know Facebook. I have a ton of other ways, but just for the sake of time and just to kind of give you an idea of what you can do with Facebook, and you can apply this to any business that you're promoting, give or take that you have a fan page. I think when people see Ryan's fan page that has only been up for less than a year and he's got 743 likes, I think that's something that, you know, people be like, man, hold on, he's really good. He got his website right here that people can go to. But what I want to do is I want to promote his Facebook page in front of art lovers, okay? And instead of having, have a call to action, at the very bottom. Like, and when I mean a call to action, what do you want people to do after they watch this video? All right, you got to tell people what to do in business. You got to tell people what to do in your marketing. A lot of people don't get sales because they don't tell people, okay, what to do next. Now, right here, what I would do, Ryan, I would adjust this, okay? When you watch this, if you're watching this, or if you ever get this, which you will, okay? Time-lapse video of Justin Timberlake portrait commission. For orders, like the page and contact me at Top Button Cartel. Have a call to action. What you want them to do next. I will have them go to a shopping cart or somewhere where they can order right now, you know, and be like my page for orders, this, that, and the third. Change that up at the top. Have a call to action because it's not telling people what to do. If you was to tell people to like and share, I guarantee you'll have a lot more likes and share than this. It's the craziest thing on the planet. I don't know why, but ever since I've been doing marketing, I know for a fact you have to have the call to action. Like many times when I worked at radio, when I know about the TV, mass communications, they always talking about like, you know, the call to action like more than once. So let's get it down. I'm about to start marketing right now. And all right, so what I would do is I would take the very post. Remember, it's January 18th. Since I'm not an administrator of Ryan's page, I'm gonna use my page, the Urban Marketer, since I do have a fan page. What I would do is I would click in that top right here, and you kind of follow along. Click Manage Ads, and remember, while that's going, you know, you can use this for whatever business you're looking for. All right, I'm gonna switch over to Long Tail Platinum, and I'm gonna show you the actual people who are typing into Google for, look, art for sale. 5,400 people per month are looking for art for sale. That you are missing so much money if you don't have a blog that is optimized for this particular keyword. That's what we call a keyword. So when they type in art for sale, that's a keyword, even though it's 3 words. It's 3 keywords, but it's called, you know, a keyword. So don't worry about it if you don't understand this. What I want you to know is that there is a market for art. There is 5,400 people that are looking. Look, paintings for sale. 6,600 people that actually type in paintings for sale, artwork for sale every single month. What would happen if you had 10%? And you can do this for anything. And that is a buyer keyword. Because if somebody come in here, unlike, you know, let me see, sell art online, right? That is not a buyer. Ryan's looking for people who wants to buy his stuff. He's not looking for no more friends, okay? He's not looking for, you know, no more likes. You're looking for buyers, and you're looking to be there for your buyers at the right time. Now, if you had a blog with this on there instead of a Facebook, because Facebook don't index on Google search engines per post, but a blog is nothing like, it's like Facebook, but except each post is indexed on the web. Okay, so every time you update your post, it's like that post is like a single web page to get indexed on Google. And you can make a blog post about, you know, artwork for sale, and then put like a dash in San Diego or something like that. So that's a, you know, and then bam. If somebody typed that in, what if you had a blog post that said artwork for sale in San Diego? All right. I know you used to live in San Diego, right? So, or San Antonio, I'm sorry. So, but anyway, San Diego, San Antonio, but you kind of get the drift. It's kind of hard to type and talk at the same time, but I usually don't talk when I'm doing this. So, but anyway. All right, so let me show you this. So what you would do is you would click here. You would go to Manage Ads, right? Or Create Ads. You go to Create Ads right here, okay? And I'm going to show you how to take that post. Now, we're not talking about a boost. We're talking about reaching people outside of your circle. So let's see. We're going to, you know, I'm going to click Boost Post just for the sake of this. And then you go ahead, you click your page. Now they're going to ask you which post you want to promote. And you want to say, I want to promote this one right here. You click that one with the time lapse, okay? Trust me on this. Time lapse. You click that and you go down, okay? It's going to pop up, and look. Right now it says your potential reach is 178 million people, right? But that's not art lovers. We're looking for art lovers, right? We're looking for people who actually want to buy art. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Artwork. Type in the word artwork. This is anybody who have expressed an interest in or like pages related to, you know, artwork. Look, 138,000 people. But look, you want to get super duper duper target. So what you would do is you would actually go in here and you just kind of, what kind of artwork do you do? I say paintings. All right. And bam. And guess what? They'll bring you more suggestions, drawings, sculptures, visual arts. So as you see, it went up to 24 million people. Okay. You got a potential reach of 24 million people who actually live in the United States between the ages of 18 and 65, all within, they like artwork or placed an interest in artwork and in paintings. Now, you want to look for buyers too. So you want to go ahead and you want to say, now, you might actually catch people who like art that do it themselves, but those people tend to be a lot of shouters. Okay, they what we call sneezers. Sneezers are people who talk a lot and make your stuff go viral. So that's good to target them. And a lot of people that's in your industry that's doing artwork, they are likely buyers of your stuff too, because they love it. They like to support one another. So don't worry about that. Just also, what I would do is I would go on Facebook and I would go and target some great artists, right? I would go ahead and be like, who are some great artists that are already on Facebook, right? So artwork, find a fan page or somebody on there that is like off the chain in art, right? Let me see, Artwork Cincinnati. Let me see. David Paris artwork. Okay, let's see. And you can literally type this in. You know what I'm saying? David Paris. Now, if he's pretty big, then you pretty much, it's not going to pop up. But somebody as big that'll pop up, what'll happen is that everybody likes his artwork. They're most likely to purchase your artwork, okay? And you just kind of go through here, but you kind of get the idea, and you want to put their name in there. So if they liked his page, they could possibly like your page and also buy your stuff. Because obviously, if he's got a big following, they are art lovers. Of art lovers, you want to tap into his art lovers. So that means your posts will only boost in front of people who have these parameters that you selected. Now, Facebook ain't a social media. Facebook pretty much is a ad agency, okay? All these people who are between the ages of 18, whatever people put in their profile, that they know that, you know what I'm saying, they're going to serve their ads. So what you put in your profile, Facebook knows you. They selling it to advertisers like, me and business owners. And they, that's because the ads are going to show up only on people's desktops, okay, that show that. So what you do is you go down here. You can also, click on whether or not you want to target people on your page, but we're looking for people outside of your page, okay? Now, this is where you can set your budget. What I would do is I would start with a test, all right? And I would do post engagement. This is people who serve your ads, the people who are likely to engage with your post. I don't want that. I want to do clicks. If they click on my stuff, all right, if they're going to a website, you want to do clicks, okay? You want to do clicks because each click matters. Now, I want to set my max per click. What I would do is they'll have a suggested bid of 0.29 and 0.69. Keep it right here at put it at $1 per click. Okay, that's the max. $1 per click. What'll happen is Facebook will see that, they'll be like, this guy's pretty serious, and they'll fire your ad a lot quicker. It won't take them all day to approve your stuff. I would start with you can do a start and end date right here. I would do it for 2 days just to test it. All right. Actually, you know what? You gotta put some money on the line. Okay. You gotta have constant market going out. I would do $5 per day for a month. Okay. That's $155 total. That's cheap. I would do that in a week if I got a great product. If you make it $50, test it out. See how it is. If you got like maybe after 1,000 clicks and you're not making sales. Now I know you're thinking like 1,000 clicks. Wow, what the heck? You can do impressions. It doesn't matter. But you want people to get active. You want to get in front of art lovers. Okay. You gotta look at it like this. how many people, how much is my artwork, okay, and what is my marketing budget. You could try 100 clicks. You got to test this. For right now, what I would do is I would test to see if I got a little engagement, but you got to let it run long enough, but you can't, you know. So I would say, let's say I would do it like a week, and I would see what the response would be. Don't judge it until a week. If you know that, you know, that's $35. So let's say your paintings, the copies of your paintings is $50, shipping and handling, everything like this, and you get one sale. Okay, so $35. You know, your budget is $5 per day, and you know, $1 per click. That's 35 total clicks that went to your website. So if they see that video time lapse, and you got a call to action says go to my website to order, bam, that is a hot buyer. Okay, that is a hot buyer. And you also want to be collecting emails. Okay, we'll do that in another session. You want to be collecting emails as much as possible. Okay, because when you have new artwork and you finish it, you can just email it to your fan base. So, all right, I'm just saying, you don't got to market that much when you got an email list, when you're actually collecting emails of all your buyers, and you can just send out a broad email list. Or you can say, email me at, you know, whatever, Top Button Cartel at, you know, getresponses.autoresponder.com. And guess what? When they email you for an order, they get put onto your list automatically, right? And you don't have to create any capture pages or ask them for their email. They get put on there automatically. But that's a little bit super duper advanced stuff. I just want to show you how to get in front of art lovers, you know what I'm saying, outside of your peers, so you can actually start earning more money, because you need to find new customers at all times. So, you know, you can start it off like this with a campaign. And then this is right here. You can say, you know, like page or whatever. This is what shows up in your desktop news feed. Show advanced tags. You don't have to do any of that. You can just pretty much keep it simple. Now, I can't do it with this, but as you go along, you'll see that you can kind of play around with this. So if you're playing around with it, try it out for 2 days, see what type of results you get. And feel free to reach out to me. Go on to Urban Marketer. That's it for right now. I want to go ahead and thank you guys for, you know, staying with me this long. I know marketing is tend to be like a little bit of a challenge for a lot of individuals, and for some of you all who don't have a business and are thinking about getting a business, I just want to just say one thing: you're not in the business of selling your product. You're in the business of marketing by way of your product. All right. With that being said, it's getting late. I ain't going to bed. I'm probably still going to do some more work because I got some marketing to do for my business. So I'm going to see you all. Peace, love, and happiness. Don't forget to visit my blog at theurbanmarketer.com. Peace.